What are we capable of when no one is watching? History shows that progress isn't always a straight line. We build societies on laws and ethics, but behind closed doors, those rules can vanish. Governments meant to protect us have sometimes become perpetrators of unimaginable acts. They've sponsored monstrous projects, targeting the vulnerable and turning people into test subjects in the name of power. Fear and ambition drive these dark chapters. Fear of enemies, ambition for ultimate weapons. Ordinary people, numbed by purpose, convince themselves the ends justified the means. These aren't just stories from the past, they're warnings for today. They force us to question authority and demand accountability. How do we ensure such atrocities are never repeated? The potential for darkness still lingers beneath the surface of our modern world. In Manchuria, Unit 731 posed as a water purification department, but it was a factory of death. Led by General Shiro Ishii, it developed biological weapons through horrific human experiments. Prisoners were infected with deadly diseases, vivisected alive, and subjected to extreme torture. All in the name of science and war. The unit unleashed plagues on Chinese cities, killing tens of thousands. After Weta II, the US granted immunity to Ishii and his team in exchange for their research. The perpetrators walked free, their crimes buried for decades. The victims were denied justice. Unit 731 remains a chilling example of science twisted by patriotism and ambition. In Nazi Germany, concentration camps became laboratories of horror. Driven by racist ideology, doctors like Josef Mengele performed sadistic experiments on prisoners, especially children and twins. Victims were injected with diseases, mutilated without anesthesia, and subjected to grotesque procedures. At other camps, prisoners were frozen, infected, and wounded for military research. These acts were meticulously documented, revealing a cold, clinical approach to suffering. The Nuremberg trials exposed these crimes, leading to the Nuremberg Code for Ethical Research. Some perpetrators were punished, but many, including Mengele, escaped justice. Much evidence was destroyed, leaving gaps in history. The legacy of these experiments haunts medicine to this day. They serve as a stark warning of what happens when science loses its humanity. The Cold War's paranoia birthed Project MK-Ultra, America's quest for mind control. The CIA secretly dosed thousands with LSD and other drugs, often without consent. Victims included students, soldiers, and prisoners, many left with lifelong trauma. Operations like Midnight Climax lured people into brothels, drugged them, and observed their reactions. Most MK-Ultra records were destroyed to hide the truth. The fragments that remain reveal a shocking disregard for human rights. MK-Ultra is a reminder, even democracies can cross ethical lines in the name of security. The full extent of the damage may never be known. While the CIA explored chemicals, the Soviets allegedly pursued psychic warfare, telepathy, remote viewing, and more. Fears of a psi gap led the US to launch its own programs like Project Stargate. Results were inconclusive, but the paranoia was real. Rumors of microwave attacks and secret experiments fueled conspiracy theories. Many victims vanished, their stories lost to secrecy. Today, advanced military research blurs the line between human and machine, raising new ethical questions. The temptation for secret advantage remains. These stories aren't just history, they're warnings. Our responsibility is to demand transparency and ensure such horrors never return.